Hey everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League for our Wednesday evening challenge. As you will probably be fully aware, this season we are in the Mini VGT. It's a bit of a Marmite car. You either love it or you hate it. Personally, I love it, but there are a few guys saying that they really can't get on with it. But there you go, we can't all love everything, can we? For this week, I've forgotten what round we're on. We're on round 3, and apologies, I've not got myself set up to give you the table, so I'll do that for race 2. So apologies for that. So we're on round 3. We're in Austria, and as you can see, we are at the famous Red Bull Ring. However, we are on the short course, not the usual big one. So we are on the Red Bull Ring, but it is the short course. A little bit more about the track in a bit. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, and that's W.GG, the energy drinks for people, for gamers. Sorry, I'll get there in a minute. And also EAC, that's Eldridge Air Conditioning. And thanks for joining us this season, guys. Great to have you with us. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Sean at Mystery Inc. Racing, and he covers the League 1 guys of the Mini VGT series. So if you want to see what's happening in League 1, go and check out Sean's channel at Mystery Inc. Racing on YouTube, and you can see what's going on in their league. So on to this round 3. The track, as I've said, we're on the short course at the Red Bull Ring. Only 6 turns on this one. It is a bit of a penalty hell, to be honest. This track is quite notorious for dishing out penalties anyway, and the short track is no different, so we'll keep an eye out on those. The tyre rules, if you're not already aware, is all compounds have to be used throughout the 3 races, 3 15-minute races. So it's softs, mediums or hards, or as you can see just looking at the pitch there, if it's a wet race as it is now, then you use intermediates or full wet tyres. The choice is yours, and you don't have to use hards. So for this particular week it will be wets and intermediates, either, and then for the other 2 races I believe are going to be dry, so it'll be softs or mediums. So that's it as far as the tyres go. The guys have been out, done the qualifying, so we'll have a bit of a walk down the grid and see what positions they're in. Okay, so starting off in pole position is Stealth. In second is Captain Slow. Third is Hodgie. Fourth is Slowpoke. Fifth is Evil Knievel. Sixth is Graham. Seventh is Declan. Eighth is P. White. 9th is Kian. 10th is Firepower. 11th is Andre. 12th is Ninky New. Fantastic name that is, Ninky New. 13th is Castian. And 14th on the grid is Nath. Okay, so let's get this race underway, shall we? If I can find the right button. We've got 4 lights on. We'll get 5, get them out. And Stealth can get us away and heading towards the first turn, which is the Nicky Lauda curve. It's all going to be very tight for the first couple of turns, but let's have a look, make sure everybody gets through. And we have, it looks like everybody's still there, so back up to Stealth out in front, Captain Slow second, Slowpoke made his way coming into third, Hodgie just sitting behind in fourth. Excuse me, still got this cough, so apologies for that. Hodgie pushing Slowpoke along there, everybody just trying to settle down. Evil Knievel in 5th, he's trying to get onto the back of Hodgie. Then we've got P. White, Graham, Declan, Kian. Firepower just sitting behind Kian in 10th. Excuse me, Andre in 11th. Castian. And the penalties are already being dished out. Castian picked up half-second penalty already. Ninky New 13th and Nath 14th. So The penalties have started to come. Stealth just trying desperately to get away from Captain Slow. These conditions not easy. And the turns 3 and 4 have just gone around there. Turns 2, 3 and 4 quite tricky anyway. You really want to get the power down early, but you have to hold back a little bit. But Stealth and Captain Slow starting to open up a little bit of a gap to Slowpoke. Slowpoke doing everything he can to fend off Evil Knievel. Hodgie's dropped down to 5th now. He's got P. White just behind. Then comes Graham and then Declan. So they're your top 8. As I say, this is a short track, so the laps are only around the 55-56 seconds. Maybe a little under for the quicker guys, but it's definitely under a minute. Everybody's still going around, everybody's still there. There is a bit of a gap back to Firepower from Kean. So Firepower just leading this little bunch of 3 or 4 cars now. You can see Ninky New, he's got a penalty. Nath has got a penalty. Castrian served his penalty, which is why he's down in 14th, although he might just nick. Oh, he's gone wide. That's going to be another penalty, I'm sure. That's around Rint and the Red Bull Mobile. These corners are notorious for their penalties. Somebody who isn't picking penalties up and doing a good job so far is Stealth. Captain Slow just behind him with the current fastest lap of a 54.1, and he's also on a purple zone. Oh, we've had somebody else go off. Now then, let's just go back and see if I can find who that was. I'm not sure if it was Graham or Declan. We've got P. White on a penalty. Declan goes through. Now we're just going to have a look and just see we had an off. It's this turn here that's the very tricky one. Attempt to, oh, a bit of a nudge there from Kean. Let's just see it from Kean's point of view. We're heading down to Nicky Lauder Curve, turn 1. We go through that and then we head towards this now turn 2, which is where everybody forgets to actually turn right. And I think Kean's done exactly that. He's just completely forgotten you're supposed to turn right there. He is waiting, although that's going to push the 2 of them right down the order. Oh, and Kean's having a nightmare trying to get back on. That is so unlucky in the wet. But Declan resumes in 11th. Kean, dirty tyres, sand all over them, gravel, all sorts of crap. That was unlucky. Nath picking up penalties. I'm sure he's going to be collecting them today, as most of the guys are. Stealth though starting to pull a bit of a gap away from Captain Slow, but this is where the race is. Evil Knievel has got past Slowpoke, and we missed that. Slowpoke fighting back though. Evil Knievel goes a little bit wide, but Evil Knievel still in 3rd. Slowpoke alongside him in 4th. Slowpoke trying to take the inside line. Great racing from these two, side by side, no door bashing. Evil Knievel goes a little bit deep. Slowpoke slips up the inside and takes that 3rd position. What a great move from Slowpoke. Not a lot Evil Knievel could do about that. He was trying to defend it, went a little bit deep, and now he's opened the door to Hodgie as well. Oh, and Evil Knievel's gone wide. Now then, was there a bit of a touch there? Let's have a look. Well, this was the moment that Slowpoke managed to get by. I think Slowpoke just did the undercut, got on the brakes a little bit earlier and on the accelerator earlier as well, which made him go, he got by into 3rd. Then we've got Hodgie. Hodgie saw the opportunity, the door was open on the inside. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if there was a touch there or not. I couldn't tell from that angle. So Evil Knievel goes wide. Oh, and he's got a reset. That is not what he wanted. These corners are absolutely terrible. It would have been better for him to just take the penalty. and keep going, but it's reset him. He's down in 10th and he's now fighting it out with Declan. So into turn 1, side by side again. Evil Knievel is right in amongst the fights today, isn't he? Right in the thick of it. He's picked up a penalty, that for an infringement at turn 1. I'm not going to keep going over the penalties. There's going to be that many of them dished out in this race today. You can see Firepower's picked one up as well in 11th. So everybody seems to be carrying penalties. You can see Kean's got a 1 second penalty, Castrian's got a penalty, Nathan hasn't, not yet. I'm sure he will have. 2 people that haven't got penalties at the minute though is Stealth and Captain Slow. Captain Slow is really pushing Stealth. He doesn't want him to get away, does he? So these 2 are going to have a proper fight. Excuse me. I do apologise for the coughing. Just taking it easy through those turns 2, 3 and 4. Slowpoke sitting in 3rd, but on his own at the minute. Just trying to keep it on track, keep it steady. Hodgie in 4th. He's got Graham sitting just behind with P White not far behind him as well, so decent little 3-car battle going on for 4th. It only takes one little mistake on this track, you pick up a penalty, and that half a second is enough to lose you a place or 2. P White getting in the slipstream of Graham. As we go down the pack, Declan in 8th, Ninky New in 9th. Then we've got Evil Knievel, very unfortunate. He was having a great race for the first few laps. Finds himself down in 10th. Firepower in 11th. Then we've got Kean, Castrian and Nath. He's picked up a penalty now. So let's go on board with Captain Slow as we're desperately trying to get past Stealth. Stealth is doing everything he can to keep Captain Slow behind, and it is paying off at the minute. Captain Slow having a look up the inside. Now then, side by side, Stealth has to go the long way round. Can't quite get it done. So Captain Slow now takes over the lead. Although Stealth has come straight back at him as they go into turn 2. What a fantastic move from Stealth, just a little bit later on the brakes. Retakes that position. Fantastic racing from Stealth and Captain Slow for giving him the room to do it, but these 2 really are now stretching away. Slowpoke in 3rd. Not really threatening these 2 guys. So let's just go back to Slowpoke in 3rd. We've got Hodgie and Graham not that far behind. Graham chasing Hodgie down. Let's go on board with Graham. Graham having a look at the inside of Hodgie. It all seems to be happening on the approach to turn 1. Can Graham get that car slowed down enough and back out again? He can't. Hodgie manages to stay in 4th. Graham still in 5th. Will Graham have another go at turn 2? Hodgie defending well, taking a nice tight line through turn 2 into 3 and then out into 4. Keeping it nice and tight, giving Graham no room at all. Graham's got P White coming up behind him. Excuse me. You can see the spray coming off of Hodgie's car, which cuts the visibility down. But Graham so far doing a fantastic job of staying with him. Hodgie goes defensive. He's trying to break that slipstream by drifting to the right. He's going to come back over now so he can get around this corner, this right-hander. Will Graham try to cut back? He's having a look, isn't he? Again, Hodgie has to go defensive. Takes that inside line. Oh, he's got a bit deep. That's opened the door for Graham. Oh, Graham just couldn't quite capitalise on that. Hodgie very nearly lost it, but managed to hang on. I thought Graham was going to jump through there, but he didn't. Held back, probably the wise thing to do. There could have been a bit of a bump there. So Graham and Hodgie are having a fantastic little fight. P. White just sitting on the back of them as well. We've got about 5 minutes of this race to go. I'm just going to drop down a little bit and see what's happening elsewhere. Andre in 7th, he's on his own, he's under no threat at all. Declan in 8th. Then we've got Evil Knievel, he's in 9th. Ninky New 10th, Firepower, Kian, Castrian, and then Nath at the back. So back up to our race leader, Stealth, still out in front. He is still frustrating Captain Slow. Captain Slow trying to use every inch of the track. He's cutting the corners as much as he dare to try and get onto the back of Stealth. He's in the slipstream. But as we've seen, it's very difficult to pass on this track. I thought Captain Slow might have had a bit of a cheeky look up the inside of Stealth there, but thought better of it. We're on lap 13, I'm looking for some. Let's just hope it's not for these two guys. Still almost bumper to bumper. You could just see Slowpoke in the background there coming round, so maybe he's gaining. I would say he's about 4 or 5 seconds off the back of these two. He'll be sitting there hoping that the two in front of him have a bit of a coming together. Very lowly race for Slowpoke at the minute. Hodgie sitting in 4th still. Just managed to get a bit of breathing space back to... Oh, I thought it was Graham that was behind him, so I don't know what's happened to Graham. But P. White has taken up that 5th position. And Andre in 6th. Oh, Andre will be enjoying that, getting himself up into 6th position. Let's just hope he can stay there. Graham must have had a bit of a moment, maybe even serve a penalty. But Graham's in 7th, Declan in 8th, and Declan putting the challenge in on Graham. Declan gets his nose in front, he's got the inside line as they come up to turn 2. Can he hold it there? Is Graham going to get the cut back? Graham tries to get back on the inside again, but Declan is wise to it, shuts the door on him. That allows Evil Knievel to get right up to the back of Graham, so great little three-way fight going on here. Let's go on board with Graham, shall we? As we take the rinse turn, which is turn 5. Then on to Red Bull Mobile, turn 6. Bit of a penalty zone, this one. Declan goes a little bit wide. I think he had to ease off there, which has allowed Graham to go through. So Graham goes to 7th. Declan tries to slot in behind him. Into Nicky Lauda curve. Oh, Graham went a little bit wide there. Managed to keep it on track though. I think he got away with that. The secret to that corner really is getting across the curb as much as you can without picking up penalties. So Graham has now got Andre in his sights. We've got about 1.5 minutes to go of this race. Let's just go back up to our race leader at the minute, Stealth. Go on the right camera, shall I? So Stealth is approaching Nath. So Nath is going to get lapped, so Nath really needs to be wary of these guys coming up behind him. I'm sure he will be. As they go through turns 2, 3 and then into 4, you can already see Nath trying desperately to get out of the way. Oh, and he has. He's gone right off track. Well, that was good of Nathan to do that. Slowpoke comes round as well, so Nath, he's going to have to get out of his way as well, and he does. Fantastic racing from Nathan there to stay out the way. Hodgie in 4th, and Hodgie's picked a penalty up now. Then will that give P. White the opportunity to take that 4th position away from Hodgie? They've got about 30 seconds left. Now, if Hodgie doesn't serve it, which I think, oh, no, he's picked a penalty up as well, but if Hodgie doesn't serve it, I think he will serve it though. If he doesn't, it could equate to a second in the final standings. We are going to have to go back up to our race leaders though. We have about 5 seconds of this race left, so this will be their final lap, and if Stealth doesn't put a foot wrong through turn 4, he is going to be the winner of race 1 in the wet. And what a flawless race it's been for Stealth. Thoroughly deserved. Just keep it cool through the last 2 turns. Nothing Captain Slow could do about it. He tried everything. But Stealth is going to come across the line to take victory in the first race in the wet at Red Bull. Captain Slow second. Slowpoke coming across the line to take third. Then it's a bit of a drag race to the line. Hodgie gets it in 4th, P. White in 5th. Andre, he's going to come in 6th. He'll be pleased with that. Well done to Andre. Graham is going to take 7th. Evil Knievel 8th. Declan 9th. Kian 10th. Ninkinu 11th. Firepower 12th. Castrian 13th. And Nath 14th. So that was race 1. What a fantastic race that was. Hope you can join me very shortly for race 2. Hopefully the rain will have cleared off by then, and we can have a dry race. So I shall catch everybody soon.